Warhol engaged the image of Marilyn Monroe in a variety of works, beginning with Gold Marilyn Monroe in Museum of Modern Art, New York, made in August 1962, shortly after the actress' death. Rather than using a contemporary image, he chose a publicity photograph for the film Niagara in 1953, which he then cropped to bring her features into greater focus.
This is a screen print by Andy Warhol simply entitled Marilyn, that was printed in a portfolio of 10 in 1967. Warhol is fourth in line with that. We see when he chooses screen print, when he stumbles across it, it's a match made in heaven. And there are various reasons for this. One of those, I think, is the fact that it allowed him to not only choose pop imagery, as he had been doing up until that point, sort of laboriously painting ads that he came across in newspapers, but he actually not only stole the images, but he stole the technique as well. I think in certain respects, this could be considered a self-portrait, because there's an amazing sort of similarity between Marilyn and Warhol. Warhol himself turned himself into an icon, a man that started by printing brands, turned himself into one. He became brand Warhol. And I think with both artist and subject, what one looks at is one's trying to look below the surface. Is that all there is with Marilyn? And one also thinks that whenever one sees Warhol interviewed, as much as he tried to push her away, the reviewer wants to know, what did he really think, what was he really like beneath the surface. This is 3 foot square, it's printed in vague low colours, but I think in another respect, in fact, it's rather traditional. It is, after all, a portrait, it's a female portrait.
It won't be surprising to learn that Marilyn Monroe wasn't the name she was born with. Her given name was Norma Jean Baker. Aged 16, she married a sailor and became a housewife. It was during the Second World War that Monroe got her big break. As part of the war effort, she went to work at a factory and met a photographer, David Conover. After this, she began doing modeling work and was signed to an agency. 6 years of hard work later, she built up to receiving top billing. She was married numerous times, including to big names like baseball icon Joe DiMaggio and famed playwright Arthur Miller. From being used in Andy Warhol artwork and beyond, Monroe has remained one of the most famous and recognizable people in history, and a legend of cinema.
Here's the case for Andy Warhol. You know him to look like this, but Andrew Warhola was born in Pittsburgh to Slovakian immigrant parents and started out looking like this. He grew up sickly and spent a lot of time at home drawing with his mom, but he eventually escaped to New York after graduating from Carnegie Tech in 1949. He changed his name and quickly became a success as a commercial illustrator. He started making advertisements as art, choosing subject matter that would find traction with the emerging field of pop art. He made paintings of Coca-Cola, S&H green stamps, and of course, Campbell's soup cans.